Inuarata Nosahai is my name, and I'm so delighted to come your way this morning and make your day a premium value one. Now, if you are into marketing or you are into sales, there is this recurring decimal that you will continue to come across as you go about your marketing activity. And this recurring decimal is the issue of objections. You are going to continuously face objections as a salesperson or as a marketer. People are going to be expressing concerns. They are going to be expressing doubt. They are going to be giving you reasons or why they may not buy your products or engage your services, or why they may not immediately want to make a decision to buy your product or engage your services. This is part of marketing or selling activity. This is what I have practically experienced, as a marketer. I call myself a marketer because right from my undergraduate days, I've been into marketing. After undergraduate, marketed for insurance, marketed for a member of the stock exchange, a fund management company, and today I market corporate training service. So you will always come across objections. People will always give you reasons why they will not want to buy your product. They will express doubt. They will express concern. And you can actually engage the emotional intelligence component of social skills to handle situations like that. And this morning our focus is going to be how to real estate marketers use emotional intelligence component of social skills to manage prospect objections. That is going to be our case scenario. We have been looking at, we're driving workplace productivity with emotional intelligence. We have gotten to the fifth component of emotional intelligence, which is social skills, the emotional intelligence component of social skills. I remember that is the point. The emotional intelligence component of social skills is the point where the first four components of emotional intelligence come into physical demonstration. The emotional intelligence component of social skills is the ability to effectively manage relationships towards achieving desired outcome. And so we are going to see how two marketers from a leading real estate company in Nigeria, were able to engage the emotional intelligence component of social skills to manage objections when they went to make a presentation before diaspora Nigerians who were presently in the country for an event. And so we just go straight into the case scenario. How two real estate marketers use the emotional intelligence component of social skills to manage prospect objections. I go into the case scenario. A leading Nigeria real estate company was invited to make a presentation at a conference attended by over 50 Nigerians in the diaspora who were temporarily in Nigeria. The company's business model involved acquiring large portions of land, conducting proper layout and documentation, and subdividing the lands into plots for buyers. Two senior marketers, Mr. Daniel Okoro and Mrs. Esther Adebayo, represented the company. During the presentation, they explained the company's investment opportunities and land acquisition processes. However, during the question and answer session, some participants raised serious concerns. That means they raise objections, they raise doubt, they raise fears. So we are going to look at four objections that these participants raised concerning the product service and product offering the two marketers from this leading real estate company in Nigeria presented before them in that event. Objections raised by participants. The first objection was fear of land fraud. One participant said, Many diaspora Nigerians have lost money through fake land deals and double allocations. I will read that again. Many diaspora Nigerians have lost money through fake land deals and double allocations. How do we know your company is different? That is an objection. That is a concern. Then the second objection raised by another participant. That objection is on safety of investment while abroad. Safety of investment while abroad. How can we monitor our investment while living outside Nigeria? They are not here to physically see the investment or physically monitor it. So that fear, that concern is there on how they can monitor their investment while abroad. Then the third objection is credibility of the company. A participant's question. Some real estate companies disappear after collecting money. What assurance do we have about your company's credibility? That was also another objection. Then the fourth objection was fear of hidden charges. Fear of hidden charges. Another attendee asked, would there be additional hidden charges after payment for the land? So these were the objections that these two marketers from this real estate company faced when they went to do that presentation in that event where not less than 50 Nigerian diasporans were present. And so we are going to look how they engage the emotional intelligence component of social skills to manage these objections. Remember, the emotional intelligence component of social skills is the ability to effectively manage relationships to achieve desired outcome. Now, active listening. The marketers allowed participants to express their concerns fully without interruption. This made the audience feel respected and heard. Now, what's the emotional intelligence insight here? People respond better when their emotions and experiences are acknowledged. This is very, very important. Don't try to shut down what they are trying to say, or the emotions they are expressing, or the fear they have. Acknowledge it, and then you do something about that. Then number two is empathy, which is a component of emotional intelligence. Remember, social skills bring all the other components of emotional intelligence into physical demonstration. Mrs. Esther responded calmly, your concerns are understandable because many people have had painful experiences with fraudulent land transactions. Now, that statement by Mrs. Esther, expressing that empathy, showing that concern and validating their fears, reduce tension in the room. Emotional intelligence insight from that approach. Empathy helps reduce resistance and builds emotional connection. Very important. Then the third way that social skills was applied in this case scenario regarding the objection that was raised by the participants in this meeting, the third one is transparency. The marketers presented legal documents and land titles, pictures and videos of existing estate, testimonials from previous diaspora clients, clear explanation of all payment charges. They also encourage participants to verify the documents independently. And the emotional intelligence insight from here is that transparency builds trust and credibility. And that is very key in being able to manage objections as a salesperson, as a marketer. Then number four, emotional control and relationship management. When one participant became emotional while narrating a bad past experience, Mr. Daniel responded respectfully without becoming defensive. He acknowledged the pain and explained the company's commitment to professionalism. What's the emotional intelligence insight here? Socially intelligent marketers know how to manage tense conversations calmly. This is very important. Then the fifth one is social proof. An existing client at the conference briefly shared his positive experience with the company. This increased the confidence of the audience. And the emotional intelligence insight from here is that people trust relatable human experiences more than advertisement. So as a salesperson, as a marketer, you should be able to bring positive, relatable human experiences in presenting your product offering, in presenting your service offering. This is very key. Then what is now the outcome of this whole scenario? By the end of the session, participants became more relaxed and engaged. Several attendees requested follow-up meetings. The marketers successfully converted objections into trust-building opportunities, and that should be your focus as a salesperson or as a marketer, to be able to convert objections into trust-building opportunities. This is just so important. As I conclude, two key marketing lessons for other marketers in other industry. This case scenario is focused on the real estate sector in Nigeria, where two marketers from a real estate company went to do their product and service offering presentation before an audience of Nigerian diasporans, 50 of them, when they were in an event in Nigeria. Two marketing lessons for other industry practitioners. One, objections are often emotional. Very important. Objections are often emotional. When people are expressing fears and concerns, they are normally very emotional. They are speaking from a serious emotional standpoint. Most customer objections come from fear, uncertainty, or past disappointment. Great marketers address both emotions and facts. Then two, trust is more powerful than pressure. Very key. Customers respond better to transparency, patience, and education. than aggressive selling. You know, we have this disposition as salespeople, as marketers, to go for aggressive selling. You just want to hit the bullseye. You want to go spot on, get the client to sign in. But sometimes it is very important for you to understand that transparency, patience, education is far more helpful than aggressive selling. Trust remains one of the strongest tools in marketing. I seriously believe that profound value has been added to your day. Remember, the emotional intelligence component of social skills is effectively managing relationship towards achieving desired outcome. It is that point in emotional intelligence, that component, where the first 4 components of emotional intelligence, which is self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, come into physical demonstration. And that is what we have seen on this case scenario, where 2 marketers from a real estate company presented their product offering to an audience of Nigerian diasporans, and then they were able to manage the objections that were raised in that meeting. I believe you have learned a lot. I know you want to send questions and inquiries across. Do that on my email, inuagata@gmail.com, INUAGHATA. INUAGHATA, inuagata@gmail.com, and then I forward, the right answers across to you, and we are able to take things to the next level. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. When I return, I will still be the amiable Inuagata no Sahai. God bless you.